Hello everybody, and welcome to another Johnson. I'm here finally with Retro G, and you brought the Platinum Hunnies. Introduce yourselves, everybody. Retro G, and you're Angel Sinclair, right?
I am Ava Everett.
And I am
So, Retro G, how was it? Bar wrestling debut tonight.
I mean, not only is it the bar wrestling debut,
Yeah.
it was also my California wrestling debut, also for them.
Nice.
And, the crowd was just electric throughout the entire night.
And it's kind of like, it reminds you of my vintage Beyond shirt right after this interview. I was like, this is vintage. You've been with Beyond for a long time. How long have you been with Beyond for?
I've been with Beyond. I started refereeing for them in 2011.
Oh shit.
And then I made.
So you remember this logo?
I do. I remember the original logo with the computer.
Okay.
And then my first match with them was it was November 2012.
Yeah. And how did you guys hear about Beyond? Just from him, and how did you guys find him on?
We trained at New England Pro Wrestling Academy.
Oh, then we got to put over Brian Fury.
With Brian Fury.
We got to Brian Fury. One of the people don't know, he should be a household name. He's so fucking good. Like Brian Fury matches, you watch wrestling.tv.
So we trained with him, and then we just went and did ring crew and paid dues and earned a spot.
And you guys are staples of Uncharted Territory. How do you think Uncharted Territory's done? Like the feedback from it, it's been now on the second season. How is it to be like mainstays of it now? How's it feel to be mainstays of Uncharted Territory?
Really cool.
So I said this to Drew that I thought Uncharted Territory was a stupid concept. That running a weekly independent wrestling show on a Wednesday or now on a Thursday, it was not going to work. And like I'm eating my own words. And it's pretty awesome to be able to wrestle in front of a live crowd, especially how they pack the place every single week in Worcester.
I think it builds opportunities for a lot of workers, and it really changes who we all are. It makes us. It like kind of gives us those names. On the indie scene.
It's also given all of us an opportunity. Like I got to wrestle Gangrel in an
you started the Retribution tour, which how was it to get in ring with different legends, and how did that make you better as a wrestler?
I mean, getting to wrestle like just legendary wrestlers that have been on TV, that have been there, has helped a lot. But even for them, they got to wrestle Milk Chocolate, which I think has made them better. They got to wrestle Maria Manic and Penelope Ford, which I think helped to make them better. And then we've done 6-mans and 6 like mixed tag matches and stuff. I think that's helped all of us. Wrestling someone like Ken Doane has helped us a lot.
I just feel like you guys have been basically thrown out there to learn as you go on Indie Wrestling TV. And you guys have some. How is it like being on weekly TV, just not trying to learn as you go and like definitely learning stuff as an aspiring wrestler definitely going on there?
Well, it makes you better. I think there's calibers to independent wrestling, and beyond being so great, and even when you're new, getting the opportunity to wrestle people that are on that level, it just makes you a better wrestler.
Yeah, definitely wonderful.
Definitely. And you learned for years there, and like how do you feel like Beyond taught you in your younger days? I know you and Cam and the all good days, which I remember those very, like, that's why I wanted you on your show, because I've known you for years.
I think Beyond has mostly taught me that independent wrestling, especially on that stage, is sink or swim. I learned that at the first tournament for tomorrow when we were thrown in the ring. Bye guys, breaking the fourth wall. Yeah, I will, all the way in Massachusetts.
Uncharted Tour debut for Atlas and Silver, plug that shit. In Wrestling TV. Definitely.
But yeah, I feel like it's very sink or swim. My first like big opportunity was with Cam against Shinron and Kitsune, who may or may not have wrestled under another name.
That is throwback. Shinron, one of the best wrestlers. He's Shinsei now in MLW, but he's doing great there. Yeah, and one of the best types. Those two are so good.
Yeah, so wrestling them was real sink or swim for us. Only being like less than, I guess, a little like right around 2 years.
I remember the Can-Am connection. They were trying. You got put into like a lot of like that. Milk Chocolate was still trying to come up then. A lot of people were trying to come up. And how was that locker room there? Like being you and Cam being the hungry guys, they're young guys. How was it that locker room? It's like motivating to be in there with everybody. That was like the Biff days, Eddie days. Being there.
Definitely motivating, but also kind of nerve-wracking because we're on shows where we're having tag matches on the same show where Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are wrestling EYFBO. So being on the same card as that and trying to work to that exact same caliber was very difficult, especially being only 3 years in.
And definitely now you got the retro gimmick. Everybody likes that gimmick. Everybody likes that. So now you go to Alpha One, you're over there, and like, how is it to go replace them to have that?
I mean, I think tonight was a real testament to like how we're all doing, where we are very popular in the Northeast region.
Yeah.
And I think we really need to expand more to the Midwest and to the West Coast. We came out and we were kind of relative unknowns.
Yeah. I was the only AG folks. Yeah. I had okay. You're all the way in the seats. Yeah, I know.
I'll ask a question.
Yeah, for sure.
The crowd.
Yeah,
how does the White Eagle compare to the bootleg?
Oh yeah, perfect question right there.
Totally different venue.
Totally different venue, totally different atmosphere.
It's the same concept, but they're polar opposites.
Same concept, but
Similar crowd.
About how the same size crowd as well, or a little bit bigger or smaller? Like,
It's hard to tell because the space is so
I would say
big.
it depends on the weekend, or on the week rather. There is like last week randomly there was like 200 plus in the White Eagle. Then there are some weeks where there's
That was on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
that was on Thanksgiving.
Some weeks are only like maybe 120. So Halloween had 300 plus. Like I've seen that place packed with 450 people in there.
Yep.
And also, you have got into promoting like running shows now a little bit. And I watched the debut show, which I enjoyed. Definitely. How was that getting into putting that booking cap on, being that running that? What's Plug It 01?
Yeah.
Northeast.
Yeah, Northeast.
IndieWrestling.tv. You can check that out. You guys are on it too. Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking and it's really hard and miserable to do.
People are coming out
Hey,
the
what's
door.
up, stud? How are you? Told you this door was gonna open.
I knew.
What up?
You were right. You foretold me.
But no, it's really tough to do wrestling and promoting and booking and making sure everything runs well. You're just wearing so many hats in one day, and people coming up asking you questions. It's definitely takes a toll
Stressful?
on you. It's miserable. But in the end, when like your friends wrestle in front of a big crowd, like it's definitely worth it.
And I think you guys have that. How is that crowd there for that? The North that 01 Northeast.
I think it's an awesome crowd. So our main venue that we use is actually my hometown.
Okay,
so,
cool.
A lot of those fans, they're like generational fans. So
Okay.
they know your WCW and your ECW guys that,
We got that.
They're coming to get us because we stole the show tonight.
no jokes. So they get really excited when we brought it up Nunzio.
Oh, yeah.
Lanny Poffo.
Lanny Poffo, yeah.
Nunzio, one of the best grapplers I've ever seen. He can go anywhere,
Yeah.
any day. Like I saw him on your show. I was like, he can put him in the ring of anybody. I think it's a 4 or 5 star because definitely he's still in the AIW. Definitely can still go.
Yeah, the crowd gets very excited and they just want to be there and have a good time. I feel like sometimes you go to a show and you kind of like, some people want to go to a show to complain, and not that crowd. Like they just want to watch and have fun. It's very family friendly, kids, families. It's awesome.
Is that like how is Northeast compared to like everywhere else wrestling? How is that? Like, you got your home area.
I mean, for me, I think New England's the best professional wrestling in the world.
We got tournament for tomorrow, all New England.
Yeah, the pride of New England. But yeah, I think just proof's in the pudding. Just now on television, Ring of Honor, you got Flip Gordon, you got Matt Taven, Vinny Marcellia, TK Ryan, all New England guys. Then you got NXT, Dominic Dijakovic, Tommaso Ciampa, Warbeard Hansen, now Avar, Kofi Kingston. These are all New England-based wrestlers.
I think Brian Fury was the guy that definitely. How is that New England Pro Academy? Let's put it over. We got to put Brian Fury over. How is that school and what makes it sets it apart?
I think they can answer this better.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's what makes New England Pro Wrestling Academy such a great place to train is like there's no bullshit. Like they're very goodbye. There's no bullshit there. Like it's very.
We'll go to Wendy's later.
See you at Wendy's. Anyways, it's very hard. Like there's no sugarcoating anything there. So you either get it or you don't, and you either stick with it or you don't stick with it. Like they don't baby you, which I feel like sometimes maybe that's why other schools aren't as successful, but like there's absolutely no bullshit at New England Pro Wrestling Academy. Like they go and you go through it and you cry and you throw up and like it's really tough, but it's super rewarding at the end of the day because people know that you come from a good training facility when you're like, oh, I'm from New England, trained by Brian Fury. They know it. They know it.
It's that stamp of approval, definitely.
Yeah,
And like, that's like
absolutely.
Santino's is building that school, definitely.
I mean, Fury's gone down and he's been a guest trainer at the PC for
Yeah,
WWE,
that just
so it's
takes
a testament to his abilities. So
definitely. We've let's plug it. Let's wrap it up. So give your plugs. Sell some merch. Let's get it.
Social medias?
Social medias.
Oh,
Get some
Angel
followers.
Sinclair. On everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Instagram at Ava Everett _. That's also my Twitter handle. You will see my name, my real name, Evie Rogerson. That's me. It's like a surprise. It's confusing, but that's me, Ava Everett.
You got Retro AG on Twitter and Instagram. Also follow the 01 USA Northeast accounts at 01 USA NE on Instagram, at 01 USA _NE on Twitter, and follow us on Facebook, 01 USA Northeast, the longest independent wrestling show name in the world.
And all the shows are in Wrestling TV. You can find the shows on there.
I was wearing the IWTV shirt earlier, so I was pointing to it
Well,
all day.
the feedbacks are here. There we go.
Oh, I got it.
There we go.
There we go.
I saw,
Follow
yeah, and IWTV. And the cameraman has a code you can use. Well,
Yeah.
is it
Fan 20 for
Fan
20 free days.
Fan 20.
for days? Yeah. So have a great day. Retro AG, Platinum Hunnies, SavageSatchel, Pete, let's go. Peace.